So today I am going to show you a trick which, since I started learning Magic, I have never gone out the door with this type of deck of cards. And this trick I perform everywhere, every show I've gone to, every gig I've done. This is my go-to effect. It's one of my closers as well for table Magic, and never once have I been caught out, and it's 100% guaranteed to work as well. So I'm going to go through every little bit of detail with you, and I think you'll really enjoy it. The best thing about it is that it works, like I said, every time. It's impromptu, no sleight of hand needed as well. So let's have a look at a quick performance first of all. Now I'm going to go through the cards like so, and you're just going to shout stop whenever you want. Let's say they stop, shout there, shout stop, and you show them the card, and from there you can lose it in the deck, and you can cut the cards as many times as you want. Spectator can cut them as many times as they want. Doesn't matter. Now, this is how my routine goes. I will ask, especially when doing table Magic, I will ask, pick a number between 1 and 6. Doesn't matter what they say. Let's say, for instance, they pick the number 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roughly 5 even piles. I go to another person on the table, point at 3 of the piles to keep. Let's say they point at these 3, so we get rid of these 2. Next part, pick the next spectator on the table, point at 2 of the piles to keep, 1 to get rid of. So they keep these 2, get rid of this one. Final spectator gets to choose. Let's say they get rid of this one, decides to keep that one. Doesn't make a difference. And the final will always be the card that was selected at the beginning. And if you went through to the next card, obviously you can see that would have been the 2 of clubs if you picked a different pile. I don't know, let's say if they went there, would have been a 10 of hearts, 10 of clubs, sorry, 8 of clubs, Jack of diamonds, 8 of hearts, whatever. But they chose the 5 of clubs. So that was a quick performance of one of my tricks, my routine that I do when doing table Magic. A closer as well, especially when you've got a lot of people around a table where they're not going to be grabbing stuff and everything like that. Now, I think that this principle in Magic is highly underused, and I don't know why it's not used more often. It's so easy, it's so powerful, 0 sleight of hand needed, so why not use it? I wouldn't recommend starting the trick with this type of deck, because then the spectator probably is going to be grabbing the deck, wanting to check the cards and everything. Now, the deck that this is, I'm sure a few of you are going to be very familiar with, is called a Svengali deck. Now, what a Svengali deck is, if I show you from the side, let me just change the camera lighting so you can see it. My camera probably won't pick it up, but very little rigid edges, so half of the cards are cut a little bit shorter than the other half. So when going this way, you can see that all the cards are different. However, when going, if I just take the top card off, so I've got it set that it's all the 5 of clubs. If I go this way, you can see that they're all the 5 of clubs. But this way they're all different. So that is what a Svengali deck is. Half the deck is 1 card and the other half is something completely different, all random cards. So the Svengali it's been used in Magic for years and years, and it's so powerful. The common routine would be something like shout stop whenever you want. They pick a card, for instance that one there, which we know is a 5 of clubs, place it on top and then just go bang, it's on top, because every other card is the 5 of clubs. Another one would be, look, you see they're all different. You do whatever colour change you want. This isn't going to be the best angle for obviously a Cardini change. And then you can just dribble them and show that they're all the 5 of clubs. So it can be used as a colour changing deck. It can be used as a mentalism track. Stop at any card you want. Just think of that card. Go into a mind reading effect. Whatever you want. You can. There's so many ideas behind the Svengali, but the routine that I'm going to show you now is the main routine I do for all my shows. So there isn't much really to explain about my routine. It works itself. It's all about presentation, like it is with any magic trick. Now, normally when doing table magic and stuff at, like, let's say a party, wedding, people are going to be sat in groups of 5 or 6 on a table, and it's good to get everyone involved. Like I said at the beginning, don't start with this deck because people will get suspicious. Start with a normal deck of cards, let them shuffle it, let them do whatever they want to that deck, examine it. Once you've done a few tricks with your normal deck of cards, easy tricks, just put them in a box which looks exactly the same. Put them in the same pocket and just remember whether it's on top or on bottom. Go on to some rubber band effects, some mind reading effects, I've taught plenty of those. Just something different, and then grab this deck afterwards to bring it back out to the table. No one's going to think anything of it. It's a quick, easy deck switch, and they've already shuffled and been playing with the cards. They're not going to think that you've got something else, a different deck of cards. That's not going to be on their mind. So once you've done the deck switch, it really is, you just dribble the cards down, however many you want, whenever they generally shout stop. Show them what will be the 5 of clubs for my case with this deck. And then they can cut the cards wherever they want, because all you're doing is just keeping a 5 of clubs on top wherever you cut, because that is the shorter card. Doesn't matter where you cut, it's always going to be the 5 of clubs. What you don't want is them to be overhandling shuffling or doing a riffle shuffle. If you do an overhand shuffle, peel 1 card at a time. See, not even I did it right then, I've lost track. But yeah, I've kept the 5 of clubs. Just stick to cutting cards, mixing it up. After that, they generally say whatever number they want, whether it be 1, 2, 3, 4. Get the next spectator involved. You can just do whatever presentation you want. If you want to show, look, let's say they get rid of this deck here. Great thing about Svengali is it's so easy to get breaks because that top card is shorter than the bottom card, and if you've got less, it just makes it easier to grab breaks. So you can easily do a turnover to show that that card's a 7 of spades where really you've grabbed 2. So you can go, right, that would have been a 7, you didn't get it. Let's say they choose this one here, that would have been the ace, you wouldn't have got it, so on, you get the point. And then obviously a final one, you're only turning over the 1 card instead of a double, and it's their final card. And if you really want to show it one more time, you could have picked anything you wanted, but you picked that 5 of clubs. Put the deck of cards away. Thank you very much. Everyone's going to love it. Happy days. So you can pick up a Svengali deck off eBay for probably less than $10, £6, £7, and they'll just order Svengali. They'll send you whatever number they want you to force on. Some places will give you a choice. Do you want to force 5 of clubs, 6 clubs, 7 of clubs, whatever you want, and every other card will be that. You can make them yourself as well, but obviously then you've got to buy quite a lot of decks of cards, or buy a one-way force deck like all the 8 of hearts, cut the edges off, so then on half of them, so then you've got a deck set up. Just buy a deck. It's cheap, simple, it's easy to do. As I said, I've never left with the house without this deck of cards or without a Svengali deck, because I think it's so powerful and there's so many routines to it. I don't care what magicians say, it's a cop-out for doing actual sleight of hand. When you're doing show after show after shows and stuff like that, you know that the easy stuff is quite often the best stuff. Just use it. Why not? Why not use it? It's so powerful. There's so many routines around it. Come up with your own routines. Such a good trick. Get great reactions. I'm sure you'll love it and you'll never regret it. And if you previously used Svengali decks but don't use them anymore, go back to them. See how powerful reactions you can get. Honestly, you're not going to regret it, and I really hope you enjoy this video and the Svengali deck. And I'll see you again next time.